This Sprinter here has the rarest transmission type in it. It's got a Sprint Shift Transmission, and that is a 6-speed semi-automatic transmission, and you find it on the Sprinters built between 2000 and 2006. The Sprint Shift Transmission essentially looks like a 6-speed manual transmission, but rather than relying on the driver to operate the clutch with a pedal and change gears by hand, all of that is done electronically. So underneath, on the outside of the 6-speed transmission, it's got a separate hydraulic and electrical system which operates the clutch and also changes all the gears. These Sprint Shift transmissions, when they're in good condition, they actually drive quite nicely. Not quite as good as a new automatic, but they are much easier to drive than a traditional manual. However, these transmissions are very fussy when it comes to servicing and repairs. Any kind of small electrical issue, hydraulic issue or clutch issue can leave these old Sprinters disabled and requiring a tow truck to pick them up. This Sprinter here actually drove in okay, it wasn't broken down. However, the owner did report that it was clunking quite a bit in between gear changes. The clunking on a Sprint Shift can be a normal symptom. They're 20 years old, and particularly on a long wheelbase Sprinter like this one, there's multiple universal joints in the tail shaft, and also the diff itself is 20 years old. But we did an inspection on the vehicle, and one of the things we found is that inside the transmission bell housing, there was a thin coating of hydraulic fluid, and that is leaking from the clutch slave cylinder. So we're going to remove the gearbox and replace the clutch slave cylinder. This looks very similar to the unit out of any other Mercedes manual transmission, but different to other Mercedes clutch slave cylinders, this one for the Sprint Shift has an electronic sensor. The sensor reads the position of the clutch. After we've got the transmission back together, we're going to do one of our Sprint Shift transmission services, then we're going to road test the vehicle before giving it back to the owner.